Hi guys, welcome back to Astrology by Ari, and of course I am Ari, and today we are continuing the Wealth, Fame and Power in the Natal Chart series. Of course, I did 2 videos so far on Antigua and Barbuda, and we're going to be leaving the shores of Antigua and Barbuda, and we're going to be taking Caribbean Airlines and we're going straight to Jamaica. And to start off with Jamaica, we're going to be doing a rising dancehall star by the name of Shenseea. So as usual, before I get into it, I just want to give you a little bit of a bio about Shenseea. Shenseea, or Shenseea Lee, is a Jamaican dancehall recording artist, singer, and songwriter. She was born on the 1st of October 1996 in Manchester Parish, which is in Mandeville, Jamaica, and she is currently 24 years old. She is signed to Interscope and VP Records. Shenseea currently boasts over 3.8 million Instagram followers, and she has many music videos on Vivo on YouTube with many millions of views. So let's get into Shenseea's birth chart and let's see what makes her so popular, what makes her so powerful, what is helping her to amass this type of fame and wealth at such a young age. And one thing I want to mention is Shenseea is actually known in the dancehall arena as the princess of dancehall. And when we think of being a princess or a king of any kind of musical genre, we know that this is a big deal. And so to have accomplished such a feat, or being ascribed such a title at such a young age, and having such a very popular career at such a young age as well, that only seems to be growing. What does it take to make Shenseea a star? What are her star qualities? So the first thing that we're going to jump in, and we're jumping right into her sun sign, we see that she has sun in Libra at the 8th degree. Now we talk about degree theory all the time, and I know that I've expressed in the other videos that 8 degrees is the first expression of Pluto, and Pluto has to do with what? Power, attractiveness, transformation. So when we have sun in the 8th degree of Libra, this is somebody whose beauty and their personality, it might be changeable, but those changes are well received. They're considered to be attractive, and physically she is an attractive person, and that attractiveness, that physical attractiveness, is something that endears people to her. That's something that draws people into her, because Scorpio is about all of that magnetism, that draw, And so her having sun in Libra, already a great placement to have for women, because beauty is something that is ascribed to women, and to have it in that 8th degree means that she has beauty that she's able to use to capitalize off of and to gain power from. So wonderful first placement. Her Mercury is exalted in Virgo at the 21st degree. The 21st degree would be the degree of Sagittarius, which is the Jupiterian degree. So that is also giving her Virgo an additional boost. Mercury already in exaltation in her chart. So that is somebody who already has exceptional intellect, somebody who is a great writer, somebody who is a great thinker, somebody who definitely could be a very good songwriter as well. So we see that coming out in her chart with her having Mercury in this exaltation and at a degree that is ruled by Jupiter, which means, having her words, or whether written or spoken, be, spread across the world, really, because Jupiter has to do with our 9th house, and the 9th house has to do with foreign lands, the international community. And then we move on to her Venus. We see Shenseea has Venus at 27 degrees of Leo. Now, in the other 2 videos that I posted, and I'm sure that it's going to keep coming out because I think it's one of the most critical degrees that you need to have for fame, is 29 degrees, formerly 29 degrees of Leo, which is Regulus, and now 0 degrees because it has shifted. She has her Venus in conjunction to Regulus, and Regulus is the fame star. And of course, we talk a lot about how Regulus can bring extreme fame and popularity, but it also has the potential to work in an adverse way as well. So you can have a meteoric rise and a meteoric fall, but we are seeing right now a meteoric rise in the case of Shenseea, and having Venus at this specific degree. Venus, of course, it rules not only our love interest and our love style, but it also rules, our money and our wealth and our earnings. And so she's able to earn from being famous. She's able to acquire money from being famous. She's able to use her public persona, her image, to gain money from other people. And it's at the 27th degree. The 27th degree is the degree of Gemini. So again, using the hands, she's known as a writer. Using the mind, a great thinker. So it's definitely showing, that she has, with that specific placement, the potential to be a very prolific writer, and of course somebody who can earn a lot of money from writing, and of course from being in the public eye. Moving on to her Mars, she has Mars again in Leo. Of course, we talk about Leo degrees in degree theory, but we also cannot dilute the power of having a placement in Leo itself. Leo has to do with the king, the star, the center of attention, the public image. So already having 2 placements in Leo thus far, and we've already only been through 4 placements, it's showing that really there is incredible star power in her chart. And having Mars in Leo, her Mars is at the 13th degree, which is the degree of Aries. This is somebody who is going to be working towards accomplishing their fame themselves. So this is somebody who is not only discovered, but they are working towards being discovered. They already believe they have something within them to be discovered by another person. And so that's interesting. We also see that conjunct this Mars in Leo at the 13th degree is her black moon Lilith at the 15th degree of Leo. And in astrology, there are certain degrees that are called critical degrees. And 15th degree of Leo is a critical degree for fame. It does have other associations, but we're going to look at the degree of fame right now. And so when we're looking at fame, which is Leo itself, and we're looking at Lilith, which Lilith has to do with a fixation, an obsessive nature, to a specific person or thing, and that is going back to her Mars. That means this is somebody who can have an incredible drive to accomplish their goals. This is somebody who can be actually quite aggressive, either sexually or in their relation with others, because Mars is that drive, that aggressive planet. It's the planet that tells us how we confront our problems and our issues and our challenges. And so having Mars and Lilith together, this is somebody definitely who would have a little bit of a more masculine flair, a little bit more aggression. They would deal with things more in a public way as opposed to in a private way. And when we see, of course, all of these have to do with the house placements. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, but because I'm not sure of her exact birth time, I did go with the 12 p.m. birth time. However, I'm going to just ignore the house placements for now and exclude things like her moon sign, since her moon sign is in 6 degrees, and we know that moon signs can be changeable up to 6 degrees. So I'm not going to really rely on that data. And we're just going to stick to the planets that we know that are a little bit more consistent. Or she has great balance because she has the sun in Libra at that powerful degree, as we mentioned, and she also has Venus in Leo at this very prolific degree. So even though she has significant masculine energy, you can see that the feminine energy is definitely overriding it because of these placements. And then we're moving on. She has Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter is in fall in Capricorn because it is exalted in Cancer, and it's at the 9th degree. And having Jupiter in Capricorn, of course, in fall, that is not the best placement for any person to have in their chart. However, 4 degrees of Capricorn is a star by the name of Polis, which is a very benefic star. It does grant a lot of honors. It's quite honorific and benefic in the fact that a lot of persons who have this specific placement who tend to, in some way or another, begin life with lack and end up overcoming that lack and amassing great wealth. So this is definitely something that we may see come out of her chart. I'm not really sure what her net worth is, but I am a little bit familiar with her background, and I know that she did have humble beginnings, and so this could be one thing that may attribute to those humble beginnings. Looking at the chart even further, we see that she has North Node at the 7th degree of Libra. Of course, Libra is the 7th sign, and having her North Node in Libra at the 7th degree is the Libran degree. That is an even more powerful, representation of the Libran energy in her chart. She has Sun conjunct her North Node very tightly, and so her core personality and that magnetism and that power that we spoke about in her beauty is something that is attached to her life's path, her life's destiny. And that is absolutely wonderful. And of course, having a North Node in Libra, Libra is being ruled by Venus. This is telling you that it is the intention, or it is one of the things that is supposed to happen to her in this reincarnation, that she is able to live a life filled with Venusian things, filled with glamour, filled with luxury, filled with beauty. Of course, when we talk about the sun, so that's physical beauty as well as material, having good material possessions. Like a fantastic placement to have. But in opposition, we see to the North Node is her Saturn. And Saturn, of course, has to do with lessons. It also has to do with, restrictions. And so we see that the fact that Saturn is in opposition to the North Node, that there may be some challenges here with older men. There might even be challenges with managing the own temper, because Saturn is in Aries. And that is also bringing out masculine energy, and the fact that, in this life, the masculine energy has to sort of be reduced, and there needs to be a more focus on becoming Venusian and building partnerships and stepping away from the individual and focusing a little bit more on, team building and things of that nature. And the last thing we see is that she has Pluto in Sagittarius at 1 degree, and so that would make her a Gen Z, but also having Pluto at such a early degree is also giving you the impression, especially the Arian degree, that's another degree of assertiveness and masculine energy. It's showing that there's really a lot of drive. There's really a lot of ways that in her career she's going to be doing and accomplishing a lot of firsts. And so these are some of the wealth, fame, and power aspects that we're seeing coming out of Shensea's birth chart. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to go into a lot of the aspects because I definitely wanted to keep this video as brief as possible. But let me know if you learned anything new. Let me know if you have any of these placements, and let me know who you think the next person should be that we're going to be speaking on. What's the next person? What's the next island? Thank you so much for listening, and make sure you do follow IDEASANU on Instagram, and of course subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications until I post another video.